Hey guys, Chris, Ironhead Garage. Well, I got the jack underneath the 55. It's having a little bit of trouble with the springs walking. The leaf springs going twisting back and forth a little bit. Maybe not quite 1/8 of an inch, but they're getting a little bit staggered. So I jacked the frame up back there and I loosened up these U-bolts. I tapped them around with a rubber mallet and got them all trued back up again. There's a flashlight shining in the eyes, but so I went and got these or ordered these clamps here from Speedway. Here they are right here. Spring clamps for 1 3/4 springs. Because stock like 55, 57 or older straight axles would have 2 sets of clamps on each end and 2 clamps there, so it would have 4 clamps. Actually, I got an old I believe it's 55, 56 straight axle, truck straight axle. Show you guys this on my little yard art. My yard art hot rod there. Yeah, she got some big slicks on her. But as you can see, it has those clamps. And that's what those were for, to keep these springs from walking back and forth. That one's broke on that side. Half of that one's broke. But it has them back there. The only thing that would hold these springs are these 2 U-bolts here. The center bolt, center pin, and then them clamps keep them from walking back and forth. So, going through all them windy turns and stuff with the 55, and I had my U-bolts for my springs plenty tight, but they're walking around on me a little bit, and if you keep driving they probably get worse and worse. So I got one on there. Show you on this back side here. Switch my hands, bouncing you guys all around. So here's one of them. They're stainless steel, and they make different widths for different width springs. They got a little a button on there, not quite 1/8 of an inch. So some springs have the nylon discs in here. And you're supposed to put that button in that hole there, one of these holes. So on that front one, I just got my 5/16 bit. That's what size the button is on the clamp, and then what size this hole is here. So just auger it out so you can take that little nipple off of there, and then you don't want to drill it all the way through, because then that little disc will be able to flop out of there. Either 1/4 inch or so thick. So you take maybe 1/8 out of that nipple, and I ended up just knocking it off with my drill up inside there, and then carving it out with my my utility knife here, and to be able to get that that button, the clamp up in there. So when you get that far, you get this clamp on there. Now you can't get the bolt through. So what I did was, see if I can get myself up here, get a good pair of C-clamp channel locks. Then you can clamp that spring right behind it and compress it enough. Then you can get that top bolt in there and then tighten it up. So I'm gonna get that other one on there. I got these all lined up. I'll get the other clamp back on there and tighten these big U-bolts back up. Then I can lower the car down, and hopefully this will fix it. If not in time, I'll have to put some back here on the fat stack. But if you got a straight axle and you ain't got no clamps, that's what's going to happen. These are going to walk. Don't matter how tight you got these. You can see how it's going to pivot right there in the middle, turning, all the force of this front end turning. These springs, leaf springs, are going to walk on you. You can see I got them nice and true now. And over on this side, I haven't messed with yet. I knocked them around with a mallet, but I don't know if you can tell or not. Nah, it's not light enough. But they're out 1/8 or so. This bottom one here is catching. So that's going to be a good fix. Hopefully 2 clamps on each one will be good enough to hold it. We'll see. We'll have to get them on there and go do some driving in there again and see if these stay together. I'm hoping. Alright, well, I'm going to drill that other plastic piece out. Not all the way out, but just a little bit, enough to get that knob, that button in there. Tighten it up. I got this one good and tight. Then I'm going to tighten these big U-bolts back up real tighter than hell. And then let her down and do the other side. And these are even stainless steel, so they give you a little bit of bling too. So that's pretty cool. All right, I'm gonna get on putting on that clamp. Look at that top fueler, nitromethane. Oh yeah. All right, guys. Well, I actually went and put the other clamps on and got her all back together and took her for a cruise. And it's doing great now. There's that rear clamp I got on. And got the passenger side all complete. Got the clamp on there. Drove it about 10 miles around and it's fine now. They're nice and true. I was actually getting a little bit of spring pop when I would turn sometimes, and I was wondering what it was. And it was those springs popping. So it's nice and tight now. So we're going to take her out and, oh, check this out. My buddy Mike over there at Model Speed Shop. He's the one that built my replica 55 gasser as a model. But check this out. The 69 Torino Ford. Yeah, I never knew a Torino could look so cool being a gasser. But I shipped this to him. And it was brand new in the package. I had it for years, never built it. I said, shit, maybe Mike wants to build it. So he built this bitchin' ass gasser out of it. And he sent it back to me. I was like, man, that's too cool. We all grew up building models and stuff, and a lot of us guys still build them as we get older. And I probably will again one day. I still got a bunch of toys around, but yeah, it's super cool. He did the wires on the engine. It actually got kind of broken into pieces on the shipping. The post office guys were pretty rough on it, so I just had to glue some of the stuff back together. Got the little dangly tail light, license plate. Got lightning holes in the bumper. Got some killer decals. It's got cool patina on it. He did a killer job. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Got ladder bars on it. The drive line spins. So we got her all back together. I sure appreciate it, Mike. He's got, I think he even put the, you can see there in the hood, if it focuses, got the firing order for the motor written right there by the cowl. Super cool. Whoops. So yeah, I always liked building models when I was young. And it's been about 20 years probably since I built one, but I'm sure I will again one day. The Twister. Never knew a Ford Torino would be a badass gasser, but yeah, I sure appreciate it, Mike. I follow a bunch of these model guys, man. They're cool. The community's cool too with these guys. Bunch of gearheads we all are. Yeah, wicked gasser. She's bad to the bone. So maybe we'll take this old girl out and take it down to the parking lot, see who shows up. Last weekend, quite a few guys down there. So get the door open, get this old girl fired up and take her for a spin. Alright guys. Get her warmed up. Got some heavy flake on the roof. Got the Buick sedan. The Lincoln. This car is cool. It's even got electric wing windows. My buddy Randy's. Electric roll down back window. Lake pipes. Guys seen Dan's Camaro before. Pretty sweet. Got the vet. Buddy John Bloodgood 67, 427. Gotta love that car. Oh, Plymouth. Badass old GTO. We want to look at the Subaru. Killer old Falcon. Got my buddy Chris's BMW here, the Cocaine Runner. Straight out of Florida. Buddy Dwayne's hot rod, old Chevy. We got the old gasser. I'll see who else shows up. Check out my buddy Spanky's Roadster. He just pulled in. Pretty sweet old ride here. Who's ever seen a blower on a flathead? Pretty trick. Sweet little Roadster. Gotta love it. Sweet old Force 42. Old appliance Scragers, looks like. Rag top.
Well, yeah. Had to evict the Mexican family out of the truck last week. Didn't even know they were there. Didn't even know they were there for 2 weeks.
Our buddy Wayne and his vet. Sweet.
Calm me down, son. Oh, he let you drive it finally. He let Grandma and Jenny go up down the road. He's driving. That's her car.
good turnout today. Take this old pig home. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. Be safe out there.